Hello everyone, meet Larderstocked. She is a lonely paladin who just can't seem to find that subscribe button. So she must enter the world of Azeroth, restricted in not just places she can visit, but her voice and how much money she can carry, or to see how much she can actually achieve. Welcome to StarterlockeD. So before we get into things, what can we do as a starter? You can create new characters, obviously. The maximum level is 20. You can earn up to 1,000 gold per character. You can chat in Say and Party, which I'm actually kind of surprised at. You can still access the random dungeon finder, you can whisper friends, and even do Mr. Panari Remix, which I didn't realise. Not that it's going to be relevant here. However, more importantly, what you can't do is enter the most recent expansion, which I think is War Within. If you have characters above 20, you'll be able to do those. You won't be able to participate in pet battles, but I think you can still gather and buy pets. Talking literally any other chat channel, anything guild related, or basically social related at all. And you can't use the warband bank, which I was kind of hoping you'd be able to. Never mind. Right, on to the rules of the challenge. There's only one rule really, and that's do as much as you can, with the restrictions laid out in the starter edition. First, she enters the world, begins on a boat. The usual start for those that have just created an account. You begin on the newish Exile's Reach. After sorting out my mods, we get down to the usual tutorials on the boat and find ourselves stranded on the isle. We kill some murlocs for their pilfered supplies and give the survivors some triage. The leader of the expedition, Grimax, tells us to find some meat for another fallen survivor and then teaches us how to use our abilities. We then find one of the special rares of the island, a chest that contains our white transmoggable belt. We're led to an overgrowth of thorns and tasked to kill the quillboars, and a rare ogre that patrols the area. He doesn't drop anything specific, just a white transmoggable world drop cloak, one of the absolute many we'll be finding. We kill the big quillboar, doing some ritual, and find the second rare chest containing the island's white transmoggable braces. After the quillboar, we're faced with another issue. The ogres have summoned undead monstrosities for their rituals, and have also captured Grimax's daughter. With the help of a goblin, we kill the undead and save the daughter. After seeing the ritual complete, we're tasked with helping the survivors with some tasks. First we head over to the burrow, which is home to giant spiders. We work our way down and kill the banished undead that took over the den. After the druid saves us from the fires, we head back to farm the island's green ring, the Spider Eye Ring. After 15 minutes I got bored and continue with the quests. Before continuing up the hill, we find a large bear in a grove and kill it, allowing us to loot the quest chest in the cave for the Green Island Shoulder Guard. Area looting? Didn't even know that was... No wonder why I couldn't area loot. You can get it at level 8? That's... okay. Up the hill I found a bound light elemental, whom I saved, and talked to a ghostly paladin who taught me to become immortal. For 8 seconds. We continue onwards towards the spooky wooded area to clear out some harpies and their fetishes. Here is where we find the next ogre rare, the Ogre Taskmaster. He dropped for us a new bag, adding 8 slots to our inventory. We also find the stolen supplies here, the second rare chest on the island. Killing the harpies nets us the dented leg plates, the island's white transmoggable leg plates, which as you will see later was a bad idea. After killing a large bird and saving an undead researcher, we return to Grimax and the survivors. Oh, the leggings as well now then, excellent. And obviously we get everything else from that, good. Grimax tells us that we need to stop the ogres and the undead has a plan. He polymorphs us into an ogre and they pretend to be captured. We dance for the boss and take the survivors up to the ritual area where a Tauren is being used for it. We are then tasked with killing the major ogre players for their stones, destroying catapults, and here is where we find our last rare chest, the precious ogre sash, that's basically just filled with rocks and a weird doll. During this time we hit level 10 and pick the protection spec. We'll move between this and retribution whenever we need to, so the build really isn't just set in stone. After a while of killing the ogres, the green tusk necklace drops. The green zone drop from this area. Found it! Nice. About half an hour into this farming, I check Wowhead to see what the drop rate is. It says 5%, but looking at the comments, and a contributor known as Valith mention that they've done extensive testing in this area and notes that the ring does not drop if you've looted the white leggings for your armor type for the character. Because of the way loot drops in this area, you are locked out of either the leg plates or the ring depending on which you loot first, which is super dumb. So I'm going to have to go and farm it with another plate wearer so that the other armoured type wearers can loot their respective white transmoggable set. Because of this, I give up on the spiders and spent the next half an hour farming the dungeon that you need to complete for the weapons. The 5 weapons from Tunk drop pretty easily, though I do change my loot specialisation to help get a few to drop easier. Not only that, but the ring and trinket from Revenir, whatever, drops quite quick too. I should mention this now though, but I will need to come back here on the 2 other armour types, mail and cloth, at some point to actually complete Exile's Reach, but I'm mostly trying to keep this series to 1 character and will likely do the rest of our farming off camera. After all these collectible transmogs have been collected, then I do the dungeon one last time to talk to Grimmax, who takes us out of the dungeon. Reinforcements are called and we're taken via Wyvern to Orgrimmar.
Orgrimmar, bulwark of the mighty horde.
The Goblin gives us a small tour of the city. We're given a free flying mount that we can't fly with just yet, told to pick a specialisation, and then given a Hearthstone. And that concludes our first zone. This zone took me about 2 hours or so in total to fully complete on 1 character, which isn't too bad, but I suspect this is going to be so much longer for the zones, considering how long it takes Nabble to... Is it Nabble? Yeah, I think so. Let's see where we'll be going next. I've got the starter zones here for the Horde, sans Kazan, which we'll have to do separately on a Goblin character, but here we go. And it's Everson Woods, a great choice, and coincidentally the zone for midnight, which is pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching.